everyone, so today I wanted to do a mermaid Halloween tutorial. I'm really excited with the way it came out, but I'm doing a makeup tutorial in it. I'm telling you guys how I did my hair, this long kind of flowy mermaid waves, and then I'm talking to you guys about costumes at the very end. So I incorporated things like, if I get close, you might be able to see that I have some scale detail on my face, which I thought was really, really pretty, and that's using a quick technique that I teach you in the video. But there are lots of different things that go into this look that I think kind of make it stand out and make it unique, but I feel like it's still pretty because I've told you guys time and time again, but I'll say it again. I know I sound like a broken record, but I don't like being scary things for Halloween. Quite frankly, when I look at the mirror in my own reflection, I will scare myself if I have like blood and guts and everything. But I know that a lot of people do like being scary things for Halloween, but for me, it's about being more dramatic than I would in everyday life, and I would definitely never have scales on the side of my face when I go out. But that is why I decided that I wanted to do this look for you guys. I know that it's really close to Halloween, but luckily mermaids have fins, and you can't really wear a fin unless you want to be hopping around the party all night long. So there's not one specific outfit that you have to wear to be a mermaid. So you could literally find something in your own closet, just do your makeup as being like the dramatic part of your outfit, and then do your hair, and I think it could be really, really pretty. I know this is going to be a pretty long video, so I want to go ahead and just jump in and show you guys how I created this look and how I did it, but I want to make sure that you guys go down and comment below. Let me know if you like this video. And also, the last thing I want to say is that this is my last Halloween makeup tutorial for this year. I meant to do a ton more, but I was in the process of moving and it just never got done. But I wanted to know your guys' opinions on me just doing kind of editorial looks throughout the year. Looks like this that aren't exactly things you would wear every day, but they're fun for me to do. I would really like to do them more than just around Halloween. So let me know in the comments below if you guys have any requests for videos like that. But I want to go ahead and get into the tutorial right now. Oh, and comment below and let me know what you're going to be for Halloween, because I love knowing what other people are going to be. All right, now we can go get into the tutorial. The first thing I'm going to do is show you which colors out of this palette I'm going to be using, because it's kind of big and hard to hold up to the screen. So I just want to go ahead and show you all the colors, and that way when I'm talking about them in a second, you will know exactly which ones I'm talking about. So the colors I'll be using out of this BH Cosmetics 88 Colors palette, it is the Cool Shimmer Eyeshadow palette. I'll be using this first top one, which is just like a shimmery white. Then I'll be using this baby pink. I'll be using this hot magenta pink that looks a little bit red on camera, but it's not, it's pink. I'll be using this lime green right here. I will be using this blue right here. And then I will be using, which purple am I using? I'm using this purple right here. So when I move it around, you can see that it's kind of like a blue purple, but those are the colors I'm going to be using. That way, when I talk about taking a baby pink, taking a hot pink, you guys know what the color looks like kind of in the pan. But the first thing you want to do is definitely prime your eyelid. And this is just because you are going to be wearing this look probably for a while. And so you want to make sure that it stays on all night. So I'm just taking my BH Cosmetics eye primer, and I'm pressing this all over my lid up to my brow. And then also where I'm putting the shadow over here, you can take some of that and dab it around there if you want. I don't find this is exactly necessary, but if you wanted to, this primer would help it stay on a lot longer. So now out of my BH Cosmetic brushes, I'm going to take this short little flat shader one that looks like this, and I'm going to get the white onto this brush and apply this from my brow down to where my crease is going to hit. So you don't need to put too much of this on. This is basically just going to be our highlight color, and it's going to help the purple fade a little bit better. So just apply that all through here. And then I'm going to get a little bit of the baby pink on this same brush and apply it to the inner third of my lid. I really hope you guys are going to be able to see this with the lighting that I'm using. But it's just a very, very baby pastel kind of pink that's very pretty. Then I'm going to take the hot pink color on the same side of this brush. All three colors have been on the same side, and apply this to the middle of my lid and also blend it in with this pink, with the lighter pink. All right, sorry guys, we got cut off for just a second. So all I'm doing is patting this magenta hot pink color onto the middle third of my lid, and then I'm going to get a little bit more of the baby pink and take it over the line of the hot pink, and this is just going to help blend these two colors together so that it's just not a straight line. It's weird that when I'm actually doing it, it's hard for me to like talk. It's hard to think of words to say, but when I stop, I can automatically think. Okay, and then I'm going to flip this brush over and take some of the lime green on it. And I'm going to apply this on the outer third of my lid. Again, blending it in with the hot pink. So this is what we're going for at this step right now. Now I'm going to take another one of my brushes out of this brush kit, and it looks like this right here. It's another flat shader brush, but it's a little bit skinnier and a little bit taller, and I'm going to take some of that deep blue. So I'm just going to pat this all over my brush, and these are all shimmery colors, by the way. So now I'm going to place this brush and the color into my crease. So I'm just going to follow the natural hollows of my eyes and place this color in. I'm not going to take it all the way down right here. I'm going to stop it right where the baby pink had started, or had stopped, I guess. I don't know, depending on which end you're going from. Okay, so I'm just building this intensity into my crease, and then I'm going to feather it upwards just a little bit. So all I'm doing is pulling some of the color up. Then I'm going to wipe this brush off just on a paper towel. You don't need to have brush cleaner or anything like that. You just want to get the excess color off. And then I'm going to take some of that bright purple that I already pointed out to you guys. It's kind of a blue purple, so it blends with this blue really nicely. And I'm going to place this right above the blue color and just follow the same shape. And you want to blend these two colors together, but you need to be really careful, because if you make them all too blended, like if you get too much of the blue into the purple or too much of the purple into the blue, it's going to look muddy and just like one kind of blue-purple color. And we still want to have the definition of the different colors. But just be conscious of that while you're still trying to kind of blend the lines together. Now I'm taking this angled brush that's out of the BH Cosmetics brush kit. This can either be used for eyeshadow or eyeliner, but I'm going to first take our hot pink color on here, and I'm going to line about halfway in on the lower lashes, maybe a little less than halfway. So just right here. I need to like pin my hair back out of the way or something, but I took it a little bit further in than halfway because that way it's going to make the blue blend a little bit better. So now on this same brush, I'm going to take the blue and take it from the corner of this blue down and then blend it in with the pink. Then the last color with this brush we want to take is the purple, and just like you guys guessed it, we are going to follow this line of purple down. So it's kind of like you have a double lined lower lash line. Kind of like we have a double color crease. Double color, I like that. So just take this down and line it and bring it into the pink. And then you want to just kind of blend this in a little bit so that it's not so harsh. Just feather it up a little bit like that. Same for down here, just kind of run over it a couple of times so that the line isn't quite so harsh. Okay, so this is about what your shadows should look like. Now for my waterline, I decided that I wanted to use a blue colored eyeliner, and this one is actually from the MAC's. I can't remember which collection it was. I feel like it was an Under the Sea or By the Sea, Under the Ocean. I don't remember, but it's kind of relates because it's like water themed. I don't think that this exact color is available anymore, but any blue colored eyeliner will work for this, or you can use any other color. You could use green, you could use purple, you could use, I wouldn't recommend using pink. I was about to say you can use pink, but I wouldn't recommend that because it makes your eyes look more red. So that is why I chose to use blue, and I'm just going to very gently press in right here so that my waterline is exposed, and it's better than actually pulling down because that can cause premature wrinkles. So I'm just going to press down and line this little flap of skin. like that. Then for my upper lash line, I'm going to use the Palladino Eye Ink Felt Tip Liquid Liner. It looks like this, and you just shake it up, and then it's kind of like a liquid liner, but it's already in the packaging and it comes out the tip. I like using this better than a straight up liquid liner. I'm doing a really thin line of black, but you don't want to skip this step because if you're going to be applying false lashes, you want to make sure that you have a line in case the false lashes don't sit completely right next to your natural eyelashes, so that you don't have a little gap of your eyelid or anything like that. You want it to be black. So I'm just going to apply a very, very thin line of this, and I don't know if I'm going to be able to show you guys. I promise I'm going to do a video really, really soon on how I apply my various different types of eyeliner, and I'm going to concentrate on staying in the frame while I do that, but I like to get really, really close to a mirror when I do this, so I'm going to have to figure out how I can do that video. So until then, just apply whatever type of black eyeliner on the upper lash line that you are comfortable doing, and I'll be right back. So as you can tell, I did just a very thin black line on my upper lash line. Now, I actually made the mistake on this side of my face when I was prepping this before I went to come film this tutorial of applying my false lashes before I went to do my scales. Now, this was a bad idea because when you go to stretch the fishnet stockings across your face, the eyelashes get in between this, but if it's your natural lashes that don't have any mascara on them yet, it's kind of like your hair. They're very soft and kind of flexible, and they just kind of, I don't know, they don't get in the way as much. This step is actually really easy to do, and it's definitely a head turner. When someone's looking from far away, obviously I did not use a super, super bright color, but that's just because I wanted it to be more subtle, more like little scales kind of sparkling in the light. But when someone gets up close to you, they might think that you took the time to, you know, draw all these little things. It's kind of cool looking, but it's really simple to do. The only thing is the technicalities kind of get in the way a little bit. But all you need are a pair of old fishnets, and then you just cut a little section of them off. There are so many different ways you can do this. You can actually pull the entire like fishnet over your face, and that way it's pulled really tight and you can dust it. But I did my hair before I was doing my makeup, so that wouldn't work as well. But that does work the best way if you are doing your hair after you do your makeup. It's also easier if you have a friend to hold the stocking in place or your parents or something. I'm doing this alone. So what I'm going to do is take one of these little clips like this that has multiple little spikes, and I'm going to stick this through one side of the fishnet stockings, or I guess the fishnet piece. So I'm just going to stick this on there, and then I'm going to stick this side into my hair. Now I decided that I wanted to go up around my eyebrow and then take it on the highlight of my cheekbone. You can do anything you want. You can take it from your temples to your contour. You could do your whole face. You could do just your forehead or something like that. You could take it all the way down your neck. It's completely up to you. But I thought that this was just very subtle and pretty, and I don't know, it was just my favorite way to do it. So I'm going to take the fishnet piece and I'm going to put it in my hair right here. And I'm going to hold my hair back with this while I'm doing it. So it's 2 steps in one. And then you just want to stretch this. Now, how far you stretch this and how wide you make it, and just whichever fishnets you're using, I look really funny right now, and just whatever fishnets you are using to start off with are going to tell you how big the scales are going to be. My fishnets are actually pretty little. The individual sections, you can get ones that are, you know, really big. Mine are pretty little, and I'm not going to stretch it very far. I just want to make sure that I get a taunt pulled way about it. So I'm going to just kind of situate it on my face however I need it. One thing I want to tell you really fast, I know I just need to go ahead and do it, but I want you to know that once you apply this, there's no pulling this back and looking at it and putting it back down. There's no way that you can know if you're going to line it up on the exact same spots. So you kind of have one chance with this. And before I get it situated, I want to show you what color I'm using. This is MAC's Mutiny Pigment. So a loose eyeshadow I find works best for this. And I'm going to apply it just on a sponge that looks like this. You can buy these, like a billion of them, for $1 at Walmart or at Sally's or anything like that. So I'm just going to stretch this across my face, and I'm going to find the best way to hold it. And you want it to be pretty tight so that the shadow doesn't sink in underneath and go. Okay, so I think this is going to be good. I'm going to get a little bit of the eyeshadow onto my sponge, and then I'm just going to press it on where I want to apply it. Can you guys hear me? I feel like I'm muffled. Okay. Oh, and you want to make sure that you're tapping this on instead of rubbing it, because that can shift the fishnets and mess up your pattern. And it would probably be best not to talk while you're trying to do it. But now you want to just pull it away in one kind of slow, continuous motion like that. And then you have your scales, and I hope that my lighting is making it possible for you guys to see it. So now you can take this off and get the stuff caught in your hair, you know, anything you need to do like that. So that's what it looks like right now. Now you can see this side looks different. That's because I'm going to blend out some of the scales so it's not so harsh of just right there. What I'm gonna do is take the big powder brush out of this little set right here. And first I'm going to blend just the edge. Don't blend too many of them because you want to make sure that you can still see the scales in the middle. I just don't like it like this. I like it more gradient and faded out like this. Then I'm going to blend just a little bit down here. And a little bit up here, just kind of feathering the very, very outside of it. And then on this brush, I'm going to pick up just a little bit of this blue color, and I'm going to take it across the edges like this and blend it out. And then I'm just going to dust a little bit of this blue brush over the rest of my face. Just because it gives you a little bit of a blue hue and it kind of enhances this right here. Obviously, it's up to you how much you want to blend it out and how much you want to actually stipple on the fishnet. Yeah, so now I'm going to apply my false lashes. I'm using the Andrea Mod lashes in number 26 black. I have a tutorial on how I like to apply my false lashes. I'll put a link to it right here. And then I'm also going to link it in the bottom bar if you want to go see how you apply false lashes. But I'm going to do that and I'll be right back. Okay, so I'm not going to use any blush or put anything else on my cheeks because if I did, it would rub all of my scales together. For the lips, you could do something totally funky, like take some clear lip gloss like this, dab it onto your finger, dab it onto your lips, and then put some of the blue pigment that we used for our scales on our lips. That would be something completely out there and crazy. You could use any color you wanted for that. You could do a bright pink lip or anything like that. I'm actually just going to put a gloss on that doesn't have much of a color. This is Turkish Delight by NARS. And so I'm just going to apply this. I scooted my chair back a bit so that you guys could see more of my hair and kind of see the texture. There are so many different things that you could do for a mermaid. You could do a side braid, you could do a side fishtail braid, which fish kind of goes with the mermaid. And I also like, if you're going to do that, braid in a piece of ribbon that is like pink or purple or blue or anything like that. Braid that into the side braid or the side bun. If you want to wear it down and you have shorter hair, I would recommend either getting clip-in hair extensions or a wig, or just go with your natural hair. Obviously, you're dressing up as someone else, but you are still yourself. So if you don't have long hair, you don't have to. I just think for the mermaid look, it kind of ties it all together a little bit if you do. So you can do a wig, you could do clip-in hair extensions. I already have long hair, and what I did actually did take me a while. It took me about 45 minutes, but while you're getting ready for Halloween night, it would be fun to just bebop around the room with your friends. You know, I just turned on music and I was dancing around while I did it. And if you're with friends, time goes by so quickly. But what I did was I first took a triple barrel curling iron and I triple barreled my entire head, which didn't take too long because I did it in pretty thick sections since I knew that I just wanted to give it kind of a texture, but that wasn't going to be all that I was doing to it. And then I took my Conair Infinity curling iron, which is the one I used in the Taylor Swift hair curling tutorial video. What I did with that though was I had taken really small sections in my Taylor Swift hair curling tutorial. For this one, I took a little bit bigger sections and I just did random sections all over my head. So that way you would never know if you would get the triple layer effect or the triple wave effect or if you would get the curls effect. And then I shook it all out and I sprayed it and I kind of messed with it and I just kind of flopped it around and stuff. And this is what it came out with. If you have hair that scrunches easily or that looks really good like that, and you can put gel in it that makes it look a little bit wet, and that way it's kind of like, oh, I just got out of the water, I'm a mermaid. There's so many different things you could do with your hair. For me, I just wanted it to be kind of loose and flowy and just down and long, so that's why I decided to do it this way. I thought about pinning it back on this side or this side, but then I decided I'm just going to leave it down because what kind of pins can you find in the bottom of the ocean? Maybe if I had a seashell one, but I don't. So that's why I decided to leave mine down like this. So I like it. It's definitely something that's kind of playing with different textures, and I don't have naturally curly hair, so this was a lot of fun for me to kind of do and stuff. And then the last thing is for your costume. Now you could obviously do the standard route of doing like a seashell top and doing some sort of fin little bottom skirt thing. Obviously you can't do a fin because then you would be hopping around everywhere. But there are fins that are like kind of split at the bottom so that your feet can move, and there are lots of different ones you can do. What I would recommend is I'm just wearing a purple tank top maxi dress. Now I chose purple because it's one of the colors that I was using in my look, but it wasn't the main color, so that's why I chose purple. But I'm just wearing this. The maxi dress kind of gives you the fin look without having to like show your stomach or wear anything too revealing, just because I'm not comfortable with that. But if you are, more power to ya. So yeah, that's what I decided to do. But Mermaid is one of those ones that the actual outfit for a mermaid is a fin, which is something that even if you wanted to wear a fin, it's pretty much impossible to walk around in. So it's kind of expected to do something more original and more creative. So that's why I think there's so many different things you could do. But yeah, so that is my mermaid Halloween makeup tutorial. I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I will talk to you very, very soon. Bye!